Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 14th of July 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite deck for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Thursday and what energy you'll be working with on this day. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times here. Let's have a look. First card is the Five of Pentacles, which is about hardship and rejection and feeling like you've been kicked out in the snow and you're going to have to make it on your own. So it's difficulty and a sense of being disconnected from other people, but certainly not feeling supported. Then we've got the Two of Cups, which is about healing and connecting with someone or something new that actually restores that sense of connection. So something is most likely lost, or there's some sort of hardship or difficulty, which then prompts you to find something better, something new. And finally, the King of Cups is not something that's just new and better. It actually takes you outside of your comfort zone, despite yourself. So this isn't something that you plan for. Something goes awry and you're like, oh, I didn't want this to happen. So now I'm forced to kind of look at alternatives. And the reality is that that alternative is actually a great thing because it leads you to something which is genuinely supportive. And that makes you feel connected and loved and nurtured, whether it's another person or you're kind of prompted to connect with yourself more and to get that strength from your higher self, something that comes from within. So it's interesting because the cards are saying that the physical world isn't all fluffy and a bowl of cherries here, but that it prompts you to find other ways of getting a sense of being okay. And it kind of allows you to go into areas that under usual circumstances you wouldn't bother with. That reveals your strength. It reveals freedom. It gives you the capacity to heal and to open up to new people and places and things. And that is a really good thing. It's a great idea because you can replace something which was ho-hum, kind of mediocre, and obviously didn't serve you. And you can replace that with something which makes you feel totally loved and supported. And this is a connection that's valuable and good. Right, so the Five of Pentacles is pretty self-evident. We've got two people out in the snow. We've got this stained glass window. And this card is about tough times and being kicked out. So the stained glass window I always associate with some sort of religious institution. So it could be any institution that exists in your life. It could be an employer. It could be the family unit. It could be some sort of community you belong to. It could be a fixture in your life that you've come to rely on that involves other people. And it can be very subtle, like you feel disconnected or you're not really, resonating with what's being said. Or it could be dramatic that the employer says, you know what, we're having a tough time. We're going to have to make cutbacks. And that your job is actually affected. Ultimately, it's a sense of I'm on the outside looking in. I'm no longer part of this group. I feel like I've been sidelined or marginalized, and now it's up to me to kind of make it on my own, which I don't think any of us choose deliberately. And this can appear obviously in a number of ways. So personally for me, it was at the age of 11 or 12 where I kind of got the message that you're not really welcome in this religion. That doesn't feel good, but then it prompted me to look at other types of spirituality and to find something that actually works for me. What's interesting though is that these two, they're obviously two people here, so he's not completely on his own, she isn't on her own. They're each kind of on their own path, but there is support available to them. So whether these two people represent, the physical self and the spiritual self, you can still connect with that. Whether it's people who exist outside of this community you've been part of and someone who's in your family, ultimately, or a friend, or a colleague or something, there are ways of connecting with other people in a way that softens the blow and that makes you feel like I'm not completely on my own, or even I'm in the same boat as someone else, and this can bring you together. It's like we both had this negative experience, we have this in common, so maybe we can tread through the snow as a team and make the whole thing a little bit gentler and reduce the feeling of being isolated. So what I'm noticing today is these socks, the different colors. So blue is about the emotions and yellow is about taking control. So, wow, it's so interesting the way colors can really kind of encapsulate the whole meaning of a card. So I've experienced something that makes me feel blue, literally, but that prompts me to put my other foot forward, which reveals my own strength, my own desire for happiness. And because I've experienced something that's less than ideal, I'm now becoming aware of the fact that something resides in me which is totally certain that I deserve good things and happiness in my life. And I have a lot more control over bringing that into my life than I realized. I can actually move towards that direction. I don't just have to stay stuck in a situation that doesn't serve me. I can look for alternatives. I can look for other opportunities that will make me happy. Brown here is earth, and it's kind of copper colored orange. So things that are outside of your control may make you feel bad, but again, it restores this inner trait that says, I'm not going to accept things which are less than ideal. I'm here for a reason, a purpose. I've got this energy that I can use. I'm going to use negativity to cloak myself from the snow. I'm going to use negative circumstances and transform them into something that actually works for me. Then I can change my feeling and my perspective on what's happened. And again, I can walk towards a happier future. So if you feel like, I don't have a lot of control over my life, or I don't know what I'm doing, I'm so disempowered all the time, I just take instruction and I don't really have a path for myself, it's through tough times that your inner strength is revealed. It's like that old thing about you put enough pressure on a piece of coal and a diamond is created. So you become your own special kind of diamond through what's happening on this day. That then leads you to the Two of Cups, which is a temporary relationship that's designed to heal you, to connect you, to reveal your strength, and to show you that you're not stuck, that you have other options, and that you're free to manifest your life and to live the life that you want, and that you can live it however you see fit. So whether that's a new job opportunity, or it's a new way of improving your health, or it's a person who does actually understand you, there's something out there for you that doesn't exist in your life as of yet, and you're only able to discover it because something less than ideal happens. So be objective during the day, or kind of deliberately stay outside of yourself a little bit so that you can look around to see what's going on. And then if you notice something that you judge as less than ideal, immediately try and discover the silver lining in that. Because there certainly is a silver lining, and not just a silver lining, it's a gold lining. Because the King of Cups is the kind of energy that we all want to connect with. The King is either a personality trait, the court cards, or they're people who come into our lives. And the King is like the ultimate best boyfriend. He is loving, he's emotionally available, he's compassionate, he's kind, he's strong, he's resilient, he's a great dad, he's a great leader, he's spiritually connected, he uses his imagination, he's all about peace and love. He uses those positive feelings to give himself a sense of security. He's willing to try new things, he's willing to go on journeys and to look at what else is in the world. He's an explorer, he's an adventurer. He lives in this good state of positive emotions or emotional contentment. That's what gives him his power, and that's what reveals his own passion in life. So for him, it's that everything stems from a place of feeling good and connected. So we've got him starting serene and then taking positive action. We've got these people starting with negativity and a lack of serenity, and that reveals their strength and their own happiness. So whichever way you play it, ultimately it says good circumstances and positive circumstances all lead to the same thing. They lead to you understanding and revealing to yourself how strong and free you actually are. So either this whole thing makes you realize that, oh my God, I have so much more compassion than other people, or I'm emotionally resilient and I can rely on that for the foreseeable future. I've overcome this. I'm strong enough to deal with it, so I'm strong enough to deal with anything. Or it could be that something prompts you to take a different direction, and that brings someone, an actual person into your life who you're like, oh wow, like I didn't realize these kind of people exist. You're loving, I want to make friends with you, or I want to be in a relationship with you. But you meet something that is a total delight, basically. So if you're single and looking for a new relationship, again, look for the silver lining. It may reveal that opportunity to meet someone new. And it can be as trivial as you're at the supermarket, you're trying to get some bolognese from the shelf. It spills all over the floor, and someone comes to help you clean it up, and you hit it off and you have a conversation, and that's a new relationship. Yeah. So those are the opportunities of the day. So I think ultimately it's not being discouraged by things which seem unpleasant, but looking at those as opportunities. So blessings in disguise. Number-wise, we've got 5 and 2 is 7, and 1 is 8, and 8 is about strength in numerology. It's power. And that's the other thing that's revealed, your ability to deal with absolutely anything that happens in life. And the fact that you're like this alchemist, you can transform negativity into something that actually works for you. So I hope you have a great day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. I use the tarot, numerology, and astrology in my personal readings. So if you have any questions about how to transform your circumstances, or what's coming up for you in terms of your love life, or something that makes you feel passionate and like you love doing this on a daily basis, if you have questions around moving, finance, spiritual development, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and the little bell next to it, and share the video online as well if you can. That would really help this channel, and I'd be very grateful and appreciative. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.